So this next question isn't really much of a question, but rather a comment that was left to us on our Amazon page regarding my book, Third Circle Theory. Someone said they found it somewhat unmotivational and also didn't see the entrepreneurial kind of like concept behind the third circle. And also the other thing they said is they said these videos I do, it's not common sense, even though I talk about common sense a lot in these videos, to actually do them while driving. So let me explain to retarded people who seem to get banned from our Instagram page, our YouTube page, or simply anything we do because they're negative and constantly trying to put others down. We founded Secret Entourage with the idea that we wanted a place where people could come and their ideas could be welcomed. They could get constructive criticism. They could get motivated, inspired. Anyone that comes on our page, anyone that comes anywhere near our book or our brand and decides to not only bash the idea without actually giving it a try or understanding it, or simply bash other people within that realm, regardless that it's ourselves as the core founders of Secret or just individuals who are pushing the envelope of entrepreneurship for themselves or aspiring entrepreneurs. Anyone that comes in there and spreads negativity will immediately be banned. And the funny thing is that going out and leaving a review without actually reading the book is not necessarily, it doesn't hurt us, that's the thing. It doesn't hurt us nor help us, it's just ignorant. And it's part of the reason why those people, if you're listening, is part of the reason why you're poor in most cases. Because intelligent people, people who have learned to make money, people who have learned to find self-satisfaction, don't worry about what other people are doing. They focus so much on what they're doing themselves, which enables them to really grow internally and externally, and enables them to attract people who have similar values and beliefs. It's like if I go and, like let's say I buy a $5 shampoo and I don't like it. I don't need to go tell 6,000 people why they shouldn't buy that $5 shampoo, because it doesn't make my life better, nor does it help me in any given way, right? And ultimately what it does is, if someone did ask me, I would say it passively, but it just doesn't matter. It's not something that matters enough for me to focus effort and energy on, which is potentially why you know that people that do that are genuinely poor themselves and don't like anyone else kind of succeeding, because then it's a self-reflection of how retarded they are themselves. So that said, here's the reality of how things work. It is common sense that I do things while driving a car, because obviously I'm not staring at the camera while I'm driving. I'm actually looking forward. And the reason I do that is because it's a new format. It's called marketing, for those retards that don't know nothing about that. And we do that in a nice exotic car because our brand is about cars and lifestyle and everything else. And therefore, one of the main things that's made me very successful, that a lot of people don't seem to understand, is that I've been able to not teach people, but influence people. And influence doesn't come from staring at someone and telling them to do something. It comes from introducing them to ideas and helping them come to that place themselves. And I think that's part of why the strategy of one of the things I've always done is I used to take a lot of people that I coached back in my banking days with me in my exotic cars, and I used to drive around, and even when we were heading to lunch, we would have conversations about life, about business, and about everything else. And these conversations seemed to last the most because it did two things. First off, it gave them a taste of what they wanted, to be sitting in a Lamborghini, to be sitting in an Aston Martin, to be sitting in the Benz they wanted, or it also gave them that idea that I wasn't necessarily forcing my ways onto them, but instead I was just sharing with them ideas and past successes I've had, which enables them to use that information for their own good. So that is the common sense behind actually understanding people, coaching, and knowing how to deliver a message, which obviously a lot of people seem to understand nothing about. And there's nothing dangerous about driving, nor would I want to be pulled over on the side of the road to actually make a speech, because it's not a speech. It's just a conversation of someone as if they were riding in the car with me and ultimately kind of taking a little bit of that knowledge that has worked so well for me. So if you don't like it, or if you genuinely don't like Secret Entourage, or you don't believe that some of the pictures we post are accurate or not, well, we don't really give a shit. That's the thing. You can just go elsewhere, find another page. There's a dozen bullshit pages on Instagram that inspire people that are built with 15-year-old kids that are just posting pictures of Lamborghinis. That's not our page. That's not what we do. We post pictures of real people who have done real things, and we share their real success. Now, you don't like it. You don't have to listen. You don't have to watch. You don't have to follow. So if you do something, then we'll ban you. If you choose to do nothing, then perhaps you'll learn something. All right, so the next question is quite a simple one, is how do you find your purpose in life? Um, I have a really simple answer to that.